You know what time it is.
Music. Hey, tell them that you like that. Hey, this a mic check. You fucking up my count, I told you I'ma call you right back. She might be a wifey to you, but to me a nightcap. Fly to Cali just to blow a bag, cause bitch I'm like that. And I ain't tripping, I know I'ma make it right back.
Welcome to another episode of Gameonblitzz, your ultimate hub for sports, hip-hop, and today's hottest topic. Come join our conversation and give us your thoughts and your insight, and come vibe with the community. And you know, if you don't want to get hit, and you got that itch for the game of sports, and you want to debate, you know where to go. Gameonblitzz.
The Knicks just got smoked by Halliburton. Triple-double, no turnovers. What that helly? Now they're in shambles. Let's get into it.
The New York Knicks just got done playing against the Indiana Pacers. The score is 121 to 130. We're going to recap right quick and give us our thoughts how the game went and kind of recap it real quick. And today we have a new guest here, man, a.k.a. TK from, you know what it is. Enough for all of that, man. TK, introduce yourself.
I'm TK, first short, but tenants.
Well, yeah.
I'm his favorite cousin in the whole wide world, so
That's the
favorite
for life.
sister technically.
That's the for the life.
But yes.
All right. Whenever you're ready, we can get into it. Yeah.
Yes.
How you feel about them bum ass Knicks, man?
So at first I was gonna wear my Nick blue so that I can RIP them.
Okay. I think for as far as the prediction when the playoffs started, we had the Knicks. I think Mo and I both had the Knicks beating the. Well. We had the Boston going to the final, right?
Yes.
And then the Boston lost to the Knicks, and we thought the Pacers was gonna lose to the Bucks, but the Bucks also ended up losing to the Pacers. But in our prediction, we said, look, the Pacers always beating the Bucks. So I'm like, the same thing might happen, right? And then going into it, and that's exactly what happened. And we got the Knicks and the Pacers. And I'm so happy the New York Knicks is losing because I'm just not a fan of the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks. I'm sorry. You feel me?
The Knicks.
Yeah, man. So
for me, I am not. I wasn't too shocked with the Pacers beating the Bucks.
Yeah.
That was kind of foreseen because they're not scared of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't fear them at all, so that was okay. But I did have my Celtics going to the final, just because of all the pieces that they have. But they kind of beat themselves, if you ask me. I don't think that if they would have took the New York Knicks seriously, that the New York Knicks would be this far right now. So. I'm not going to say New York Knicks didn't play well, but I will say Boston did beat themselves a lot.
No, that's a fact. I agree. But on and all, you know, we're happy. I don't know about you. I'm elated, happy as hell that, you know what I'm saying, that the Knicks lost because I feel like they're not deserving. The Knicks is just, last time they won a championship, it was the disco era. You feel me? Like,
yeah, we can't even remember that. That's so not even our time. And they're just a bunch of, like I told you earlier, I feel like they're a bunch of Dallas Cowboys. Like, it's just, they're the NBA Dallas Cowboys.
That's a fact.
One game, they think they won the championship.
Yep.
That's my biggest problem with New York. Like, every year they think they're going to the finals or this is our year. And
that's not it. It's not it.
No.
So
they've clearly showed that they're just not deserving. No. Like you said, like that's just a word.
They don't, it's a big market, but I feel like Jalen Brunson's style of play kind of hinders them from, winning. And I think they did the best they could. Josh Hart also not being able to shoot is also affecting them. But before we get into all that, I thought it was going to go 4-0. I'm mad that the New York Knicks got one game. You feel me? So
you thought they were gonna get swept,
bro? Like what? After they won two, let me see. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna go like 6 games, but after the first 2 games, I'm like it's over. It's over.
After the first 2 games, I started to shift. Like, okay, Indiana's gonna win the series, but never did I think they could sweep. But it looks like it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep at this point.
I mean,
so we gotta not forget that. Regardless, if they win next game or like Indiana wins next game, it'll be a gentleman's sweep most likely.
Yeah, 5-1.
They're not scared to go into New York and beat them. They clearly show that, like, okay, you guys are New York dicks, as we say. Yeah, like who cares? You know what I mean? So I agree. That's what they've shown.
Okay, so we predict from now on it's 3-1. So we believe that it's gonna be a 4-1, like 5 games total.
I'm starting to believe it's gonna be.
Man, I'm not starting to believe. I know.
You know.
I know.
You need for them to win because that little bet that you have going on, I'd hate to see you there.
Yeah.
So because I care about you, I'm gonna pray for you for the Pacers team, which they're gonna win.
You think I'm gonna make a bet that I'm not gonna win? Just think about it.
You normally you win your bets. I've known you for a long time, but I've seen you probably lose a few names.
No, for sure.
There,
but
yeah.
I waited till they went up 2-0 and then made the bet. So
obviously that's the way to do it. And that's what do I tell people? Even when I lose, I'm still winning.
I'm still winning.
You guys in the group message all the time.
That's it.
I'll be, you lost the game. Listen, even when I lose, I'm still winning.
I'm telling you.
Somewhere.
Now let's talk about these bum ass Knicks, right? So let's look at it. 121, 130. I'm gonna read some stats for you, and then we can kind of go through what they should have done better, even though they're not better. Losers, right? So
they're not the better team.
They're not. This point. So Mikal Bridges played 34 minutes today. He shot 6 for 15, 4. He made 4 shots out of 5 from the 3. He went to the free throw line 1 time and also made that 1 from 1 at the free throw. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 17 points. And we got Anunoby that got 22 points, 7 for 16 from the field, 1 for 7 from the 3, 7 for 9 from the free throw, the 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And then we got Karl Anthony Towns with 24 points, 8 out of 15, 7 for 9 from the free throw line, 1 for 3 from the 3, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. And then we got Mitchell Robinson, 6 points, 2 for 3 from the field, no 3-point shot, 2 for 2 from the free throw, 7 rebound, 1 assist. And then we go to action.
How many points did Mitchell Robinson have?
6 points, right?
6 points. Yeah, yep. I mean, we're not expecting much from him.
Exactly. So then we got Action Brownson, a.k.a. Mr. Short guy, right? So 31 points, 9 for 19, 2 for 6 from the 3, 11 for 12 from the free throw line, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds.
He had 32 points, correct?
31. 31.
31. Okay. Yeah. I knew he hit the 30 range.
So, and then the bench.
How many shots did? What was the field goal? How many times did he shoot?
19 times. 9 for 19.
19 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too bad. He didn't overshoot the ball.
Yeah.
30 points.
And the bench, Josh Hart had 12 points off the bench. He had a double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds. He played good. He played great. Great.
That's always a good number for him.
Oh, yeah. And Landry Shamet had 3 points. There's somebody off the bench named Precious Achiuwa. Do you know who that is?
He sounds like he could be one of your cousins from the motherland.
Yeah, stop playing. Hey,
that's what he sounds like. I'm gonna just give it to you.
Precious Achiuwa. He played.
Yeah, we go. They chewed him.
He played 2 minutes, brother. He played 2 minutes. Okay. I ain't gonna lie.
Two.
He looked like you a little bit though.
How we got from the bench before we go forward? Sorry to cut you off.
Josh Hart started, right?
Josh Hart was he came off the bench again.
Okay,
I think
because I didn't catch the first 5 minutes of the game. Okay, so 12 points. So we have 12, 3, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
15 points. Oh, so just the total.
Yeah.
We have, hold on. So Josh Hart is the only person that was above 10 off the bench.
The only one.
Yeah,
only one.
They gotta. I mean, but we did get production from the starters, so we gotta.
Yeah, so they had like 21 points off the bench. That's not really good.
That's not good at all.
Yep.
And if you think about it, Mitchell Robinson's been coming off the bench. If he was back on the bench and Josh Hart was the starter like he normally is, you weren't gonna get nothing.
Exactly.
Basically.
And they also had 17 turnover.
Oh yeah, me and you could clearly do what the other two did. 3 points and what, two points. I don't know what that is.
Don't disrespect me like that. I'm getting 5 for sure. I'm getting 5 points.
But I'm just saying, it's better than what they're giving us.
Precious Achiuwa, come on, son. But
I mean, he only played 2 minutes, so we'll just give him that.
Man, come on, they was killing Bronny for scoring no points playing 2 minutes. So somebody got to get cooked. Somebody got to get.
We got to cook Achiuwa for sure.
Yep. So look,
if they gonna cook Bronny, we gotta cook Achiuwa
for sure. So they had 44 rebounds as a team, 17 assists as a team. 17 turnover, 27 personal fouls, 7 steals, 4 blocks. This is the Knicks. Now, let's go to the Indiana Pacers. And then after that, we can kind of give our take. Pascal Siakam, a.k.a. Mr. I Never Brush My Hair. I didn't know he speak English. But yeah, so he had 30 points today. Great game. 11 for 21, shooting 50%, right? And then 3 for 4.
AKA his hair looked like yours.
Never lied.
Let's be very clear.
Never lied. I got hair though.
People your hair again so they can see what the people talk about.
Yeah, I got hair though. I got hair though.
Okay, Pascal.
I got hair though. I got hair though.
You do have hair, but I have more hair than you.
But your sister don't. But look, so if we go look at it, right? 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Pascal Siakam was going off to think about. He was going off.
Listen, anyway, we'll give our takes.
Okay. And then we got Neesmith, 16 points, 5
so Pascal Siakam, how many points again?
30.
30.
Yeah, right.
Love it.
That's like your age, 30, right? So Neesmith.
I am not 30.
Neesmith has 16 points, 5 for 9, 2 for 6 from the 3, 4 for 4. He was perfect from the free throw line. 3 rebound, 1 assist, and and then we got
16 points. You said Neesmith.
Yep, Neesmith has 16 points. Miles Turner got 13.
So his 16 to Bridges 17.
Yep.
Okay.
So Pascal got Miles Turner got 13 points, 5 for 8, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line, 3 rebound, 1 assist, 4 turnover, whatever. So that's his stats: 13 points and 6 rebounds. No, 13 points and 3 rebounds.
He needs to give them.
I agree.
Ridiculous.
Yep. Nimrod, I don't know if I be saying his name right. Nimhard. I be saying Nimhard, whatever. He had 3 points, 1 for 9 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And then we got Tyrese Halliburton. What the hell? So he had 32 points.
What the hell?
12 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals. Then think about 0 turnover.
That's a great stat line. Let's be very clear on
yes.
that. Because for someone to be having the ball in their hand that much in the game and to have 0 turnover,
crazy.
Like, let's not underestimate that.
Crazy, right? Chris Paul type game.
It's rare. That's a Chris Paul. That's exactly what I was going to say. Took the words out of my mouth. That's a Chris Paul type of a game.
And then we got Obi Toppin. This is the bench.
Get from the bench from them.
Okay, this is the bench. Obi Toppin got 5 points. Tony Bradley got 3 points. TJ McConnell's got 6 points. Benedict got 20 points. And Shepard got 2 points. So, yes, so definitely the bench outscored the Knicks bench.
Of course. And I mean, okay, Obi Toppin gave you how much?
Obi Toppin gave us 5 points.
Okay.
Yeah,
so normally you can get more out of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was playing defense. He got 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. So he did a little bit of everything with 18 minutes of play. So he did what he could. And then this is their team stats.
That's a complete game for him.
Yep.
If he would have gave you just more points, then he did his job.
Yep. So their field goal compared to the Knicks was 38 out of 82 as a team, shooting 46% from the field. And Indiana Pacers was 45 for 88, shooting 51.1% for the game, for the total of the team. And then from the 3-point line, they shot 13 for 32 for the Pacers, 12 for 28 for the Knicks. The Knicks actually shot a little bit better than
from the 3.
Yeah, but they made
threes.
Exactly.
So that makes your percentages better, especially when it comes to the 3.
Yep, and then
that can be more for the 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I want to see their free throw. Okay, the free throw they shot about damn near the same. 33 for 39 for the Knicks actually took more free throw and 39 free throw, but they made 33. And the Pacers took 32 free throws and made 27, but they both shot around 80. I mean, same thing, 84%.
So that means that the rest were pretty consistent with the calls, and it wasn't way too lopsided.
Yeah.
That's what that gives.
Correct. Yeah. And then I'm looking at for the rebound. 28.
Who rebounded who? Because that's a big stat right there, too.
Yep. Can you believe this? The Knicks had 44 rebounds total, and the Pacers got 33 rebounds. So the Knicks out-rebounded the Pacers.
Oh, wow. Yep. And for them to lose the game. Okay. So here's what that tells me. I think that if they would have got a little bit more bench production or just a little bit more out of your starters, maybe Miles Bridges gives them 22, they could have probably gone over the hump a little bit, right? Yep. Let's say that 17 turned into 22 for him. And normally, we can expect that from him. Yep. And then who else could they have gotten more production from? What did Cat give us? Was he at 22 or something?
Cat gave us 24 points and 12 rebounds. He had a good game.
He had a good game. Like I said, maybe a little bit more production because We were looking at it. They out rebounded them.
Yep.
But their turnovers could have been a problem too.
Oh yeah, they had
more
about
turnovers than Indiana, didn't they?
Yep, they had 17 turnovers.
They had 17 total.
Yep.
And so, because I'm trying to look at the X and O's here, and where could they have made up those points? Because it was 121. What was the final score?
121 to 130.
What is it?
121 to 130.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's what. So those points right there, maybe a couple of turnovers could turn the game around for them, or let's say Miles Bridges gives them a little bit more production. You get a little bit more out of the bench because Josh Hart did what he needed to do.
Yep.
But we got nothing else from the bench. But again, this probably this bench problem could be Tom Thibodeau not going to his bench enough, so they're not used to getting that much production from them. Or this could just show that that's probably why he doesn't go to the bench that much, because he knows he's not going to get much out of them.
No, I agree.
So that's two things right there. It could be one or the other.
Yeah.
But you let me know your take on that.
No, I agree, especially with the turnover aspect, like 6 more turnovers than the Pacers. The Pacers took care of the boy, especially Tyrese Haliburton, because those turnovers could have been.
He's your number one person right there.
Yep, and they were getting points off some of those turnovers, right? So I think, to me, it's over. If you look at it, the Knicks overall didn't play bad. I think the bench could have did a little bit more. 121 points is a lot, right? So
it is.
I think what it is, the Pacers just a better team. I think that's all it is. Right?
They outdid them, because you're absolutely right. They didn't play bad. You got a good number from Cat.
Yep.
You got great numbers from Brunson. Brunson didn't overshoot the ball. I mean, I can't be mad at that, shooting 19 times and getting 30 points. I definitely can't be mad at that.
Exactly.
You shot just enough to get your team over the hump. So, like I said, maybe a little bit more production from Miles Bridges, or something more from the bench. But everybody kind of did their job.
No, that's true.
Like you said, Pacers are just better.
Yeah, I think they're just better.
Haliburton's 15 assists, 12 rebounds, and 32 points. That outdoes Brunson right there.
A triple-double.
That cancels each other out. Triple-double, like, that's crazy. And then let's make it, like, even better. No turnovers.
Yeah.
Like, that's great stats. Like, let's put some respect on a guy's name.
No, that's a fact.
They're definitely better than the New York Knicks.
Yeah. Hey, you feel me? There's no New York Knicks.
I'm coming along with your take.
I'm telling you, the New York Knicks just not getting it done, because all they do, I'm gonna be honest with you here. All they do here is eat chopped cheese, right? Go to the bodega, right? And just like, what up, son? What up, son? What up, son? Well, when you really think about it, the only son here is the New York Knicks getting sunned by the Pacers. Let's just keep it a buck.
So they got sunned, and then let's speak about this Spike Lee thing. I think he can stay home and watch the games.
That's what I'm saying.
Be very clear.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we gotta nip this Spike Lee thing in the butt.
He gotta go.
Coming to the game, they don't win.
He's a
watch
curse.
The game from home, bro. Help us out. It's like when Charles Barkley says guarantee. Don't say guarantee.
Don't say that.
You say it, the team is losing. Spike Lee shows up to the Garden.
Over.
Done.
Right? So honestly, like, I usually don't agree with like people like you, right? But I gotta agree with this one.
You don't agree with me a lot.
Yeah, like, because
Let's be very clear.
So what I would say, I would agree with this take, because like Spike Lee is just cursed, right? Just you got a movie coming out with Denzel and ASAP Rocky, right? Just focus on that, because just like your movie, do the right thing and stop coming to the game. You feel me? Like, do you think this is
help the Knicks out? Help the New York Knicks out.
That's what I'm saying, because the thing is, what you don't understand is, it's like, this ain't He Got Game. This ain't Ray Allen playing with Denzel Washington with the fro. This is real life basketball. In the Garden, y'all getting cooked. And I don't think Jalen Brunson is just, I'm going to say it, Tyrese Haliburton is more impactful for his team than Jalen Brunson. Don't make that face. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why.
Give me your why.
All right. Last year, right? Who was at the Eastern Conference Final? The Pacers. This year, who's at the Eastern Conference Final? The Pacers. And this year, who looks like they're going to win the Eastern Conference Final? Pacers. So what I'm saying is, it's like Tyrese is that guy. And look. Look who he beat. He beat Kumpo. You get what I'm saying? He beaten, let's just be honest, Giannis. Kumpo.
One more time.
I'm telling you, Kumpo was who he beat. He beat.
Done. I can't.
And his dad was in front of him, like, yeah, my son did that, yeah, bum ass, yeah. Like, I'm just saying.
His dad almost got beat up.
He did. But hey, what can we do? What the hell?
He would have beat up the old man.
So, I have a question for you. So, do you think Jalen Brunson playing style as far as this team is not conducive to winning. It's not. Maybe you do. You think that they need to break up this team, or they need to make some major change, or maybe get Cat out of there?
I listen. This is the third year we keep saying the New York Knicks are away from one more piece. They're
Yeah.
away from one more piece. They're away. Like, what more can they do?
Yeah.
They brought Bridges over, sent over a lot of picks for him. They needed that piece.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Julius Randle way before Brunson. Now Cat is here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still away from another piece. Let's just come down to it. It's nothing else they can do. They're just not good.
I agree.
Like, let's stop with the whole, we're just one more piece away. How many more pieces away can we be? That's as complete as they can get right there.
Yeah, I mean,
they got let's talk about it. The only thing they can do is upgrade the bench. That's
okay.
it. And Tom Thibodeau getting the bench more involved, making them make your rotation 9 instead of 6 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that might just be helpful.
Okay.
Because besides that, let's be very clear. They're covering all the bases. They have a big man that's very dominant, can be dominant, takes himself out of the game sometimes because he likes to foul too much. Let's be very clear on Cat. Most of the times when he's out of the game, he's fouling too much, or he just gets a little lazy on defense. And let's call that out.
Yep.
The guy gets a little lazy on defense every now and then. Even on offense, sometimes he's just like, look here, like, Cat, you're very good. Keep putting yourself in that position. You can't, like, taking plays off because you get lazy is not winning championship basketball.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Talk about
it's
it.
Not. We've seen the championship teams. Like, Kevin Garnett didn't take a playoff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Jokic, say whatever you want about him. He's not taking plays off. Okay?
Yeah.
So then let's be very clear on these things. Like, ask these players. Like, even with the Celtics winning last season, when did you really see JT taking a playoff or what? Listen, Cat needs to be called out. Play some more defense. Play harder.
Yeah.
Just stop being soft. Let's just call it how it is. So they cover the bases. They probably need more bench production. I don't want to hear nothing about their away from one more piece. I'm done with that.
Okay.
With the Knicks.
Okay.
Cat is good. He's a big dominant man. That's covered. Brunson is a point guard, shooting guard, combo guard, whatever we want to call it. That's covered. They have an Anunoby. That's covered. They have a Miles Bridges. Like, what more do we want?
Yeah, that's true.
Josh Hart is good. Mitchell Robinson, like, they have pieces. What more do you guys want? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not. I ain't going.
So,
I am not going.
No, I agree. I agree. I think bench production can be better, and I think what the Pacers is doing right now is showing people that, you know, the super team with 3, 4, 5, no, not like 2 superstars or 3 superstars on a team, like they've been doing for the last 5 years, is not working out, right?
It's not working.
So if you really pay attention, even like with the Celtics, it's really not too big superstar. You got Jason Tatum, that's a superstar, and you got Jaylen Brown, that's an all-star, right? So it's like what Tyrese is doing, they're kind of like exposing the whole NBA. They have a great, solid team that's well-balanced. Tyrese Halliburton, right, I think he's working his way up into that superstardom, right? I don't want to jump in and just put him in there quick because he's been terrorizing the whole East.
Yeah, he can have his inconsistent moments too.
Correct. And I think the way he play winning basketball. I think the numbers is not going to reflect how great he is all the time. But at times,
they're not.
Exactly.
He can be a Rondo.
Exactly. And
sometimes you're not expecting them to do stuff, and they do it.
Except he's a better shooter than Rondo, for sure. But I like that take.
He is.
And Miles Turner is a guy that can stretch the floor. He also can go in the paint. He can, I think his rebounding can get a little bit better, but he's pretty good on defense also. You got Pascal Siakam, like you said, he does a little bit of everything. He can shoot the ball, create his own jump shot, create his own shot. He can go to the rack. He can finish. He can make free throws. He can play defense. And then if you go to Nimrod, and you got Naismith.
He can create his own shot.
Yeah.
He can create his own shot.
Exactly. And you got Naismith, Nemhard. They both can shoot the ball. You got McConnell on a bench that can shoot the ball. You got Benedict that does a little bit of everything. Your favorite and your guy, Obi, right? He's a scrappy guy, Obi. So they have a well-balanced team. The icing on the cake.
And they're showing.
Exactly. Yes. And the icing on the cake is the coach, Rick Carlisle. And you mentioned that. You want to speak to that a little bit? Because I want to get into that in terms of coaching in this game.
Yes. We spoke about him. So Carlisle, I already told you, like, I think he's very underrated as a coach. I said earlier that he takes the team, instead of trying to switch a team into something else, he is going to thrive off of what you know how to do best. So if I know you're good at passing, I'm going to make sure that you thrive off of that more. Like that's what we put more on display.
Yep.
So he took this Indiana Pacers team like he did with the Mavericks team. So the Mavericks team that he took to the championship and won that championship, that is a total complete different team than this. But that just
Yep.
shows you what a great coach he is.
Exactly.
He can adjust. This team is a faster paced team. Everyone on the team can get you 10 to 15 to 20 points.
Yep.
So he said, let me make this team thrive off of that. Let's play team ball. Let's share the ball. Let's let everybody go get it. If it don't need to be one person. We're fast paced. Let's run teams up and down the floor. We don't need to play the half court game. And if we go to the half court game, I got Pascal Siakam. I don't even need to do too much. And if it's not working with Pascal Siakam, pass it back out to Halliburton and let's reset. Let's try to pass the ball again. So we're really underestimating the Pacers, but they really can do half court and they can run you up and down the floor. That's the one thing about them. Every team in the NBA knows if you play the Pacers, you're going to have to get ready to run some track. You're going to do some cardio.
Exactly.
Okay? You're going to do it.
No.
So that Rick Carlisle, let's give him credit where credit is due.
For sure.
Like you said, Pascal Siakam, underrated.
No, he's definitely underrated. And then to your point with Rick Carlisle, he's proven that he's a great coach. He won it with Dirk, right? And he was also building up with Luka, but I don't know what happened there. He ended up leaving and going to the Pacers. Now he's also going to the final again after they beat the
with a whole different construction.
Whole different team. And the thing about it, I think like he's also getting. I think Tom Thibodeau is getting out coached, right? Because it's certain, like when you watch the game, you can kind of see what works, what doesn't work. And it's been time where when Jalen Brunson is not on the court, they play a lot better. The ball is moving more. It's not steady. Yeah. So if you watch the Knicks and if you watch the Pacers, you can see the ball movement for the Pacers is exceptional. They're very good at moving the ball around. They're always going to make the extra pass, and nobody's looking at themselves as the number one option on the team. Everybody can go and get it. Now, when you look at the Knicks, you got Action Bronson where the other opposing team can kind of focus in on him. So he's gonna drive. If he can't make a layup, he's gonna try to find an open guy. It's very predictable to play them. It's very predictable. Exactly. And Tom Thibodeau is known for his defensive-minded coach. His defensive schemes and strategy. Even when he was coaching the Bulls with Jimmy Butler and
we remember that system for the Celtics.
Exactly.
He always thrive on.
Yeah. So 130. They scored 130 this game. To me, it looked like they didn't play too many defense. But look, the strategy, the defensive scheme, whatever defensive scheme he has against the Pacers is not working, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think the Knicks have the personnel to guard the type of offense the Pacers possess because they move the ball a lot. I don't think Cat. You mentioned this. All Cat does is foul. He fouls a lot. So you always gonna get him in foul trouble. Every time they get an ISO versus him versus Halliburton, he got him on an island. He's just playing with him.
On an island. And then he's falling over. And when he falls over, it's like, oh, Lord, are you going to get up soon or what?
Exactly. So, to me, I think the Pacers just a better team, a better coach team. They have a better system that worked perfectly against the Knicks. And I think it's over for the Knicks. They can't do nothing about this. Nothing. What the hell?
And then to get back to what you're saying, right? That whole Jalen Brunson thing, I want to go off of that a little bit too, because the only thing that's been helping Jalen Brunson is you're right. They are very predictable. If you can get Jalen Brunson under control, now you kind of got the Knicks under control.
Exactly.
But one thing you just spoke about, he was off of the floor today. They moved the ball more. The passes where they were giving backdoor cuts, they were doing other things. Yeah. But like you said, he can kind of be a ball stopper a little bit. And this is something they even say about Giannis a little bit. He can kind of be a ball stopper.
No.
So we gotta sometimes Jalen Brunson, as much as we love him and seen where he's come from, the Dallas days and where he's gotten, he's very good. Yep. But like you said, that whole predictable thing, everybody's watching him. Yep. He really is. The only thing that's been working in his favor, he's very good, so he makes the shots. You know what I'm saying? We got to give him that. He kind of can go when he goes to the hole. Like he might make something happen, but he makes shots. So maybe that's not always a good thing, like you said.
Do you think moving forward, let's just say after the season, they go into the market, try to search for another player or whatever? Do you think Jalen Brunson would fit better with Giannis?
I don't think so. Giannis is very ball dominant. That's another thing that like we spoke about before. I spoke about it with other people. Like Giannis, he needs the team to be like constructed around him, and I think that's kind of why him and Dame
That's a good
working
point.
better.
That's a good point.
I think they're working better, but I don't know if Giannis, like you watch the game with him, he gets the ball, he just go.
Yeah.
Not saying he doesn't pass, but he's gonna do a lot first before he passes.
Right.
And by that time, you're like, okay. One thing about Tyrese Halliburton that's been different with Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton has no problem getting rid of the ball.
Exactly.
He's automatically looking for his team.
Yeah.
Brunson, they're two different players. He shoots when it comes to him. Sometimes he looks for his shot. Sometimes we get mad at him. He don't look for his shot enough. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He gives you Rondo vibes, but a better shooter.
I agree.
Sometimes you used to get mad at Rondo because he's not looking for his shot.
He's always looking to pass.
The big three. Thank you. When the big three started to get older, in the beginning it was rough, but once he started taking over, like that last series, when the big three got older, he became a man at that point. You know what I mean? So Tyrese Halliburton, we get mad at him a little, but he has no problem coming down, looking for his players.
Exactly.
So Jalen Brunson, though, on the other hand, Jalen Brunson does pass the ball, but the only problem with Jalen Brunson is, like you said, he's gonna look for his shot first.
Yes.
He's gonna look for his shot first.
Yes.
So that's where the different guards become different.
So yeah, so I always say this, like somebody can be averaging 20 points, another person can be averaging 26 points. It doesn't mean that the person that's averaging 26 points is necessarily better, because those 26 points might not be conducive to winning, and those 20 points for the other player is totally conducive to winning, and it's actually contributing to winning and for his team and doing better, right? So I would say, like you said, Jalen Brunson is looking to make a shot first, and that's why he's getting like 6-7 assists. Once he draw the defense, he will pass. Tyrese Halliburton is looking to pass, but if he see the opening, or if he get an ISO on somebody, like he's gonna take it, right? So he's
very game aware.
Exactly.
Very aware of
high IQ
the game, and that's high IQ. That's the one thing that some of these players don't have now.
Yeah,
that's old school basketball.
And I got another take, right? I think.
Oh yeah, we got some good takes bouncing off today.
Yeah, I think this is what make LeBron and Steph great. People can say whatever they want to say, like for the super team. If you really think about it, right? Besides the Miami Heat with Wade and Bosh and Bron, then you had the Steph, KD, Clay, and Draymond. Those two teams won the championship. They won the ring once they got together, right? Now, if you look at
back to back, they could have three-peated.
Exactly.
Let's not forget.
Now, when you look,
that little injury didn't happen.
Exactly. Now, when you look at the KD going to the Phoenix Suns, they couldn't do it. When he went to Brooklyn with James Harden and Kyrie, they couldn't do it. Damian Lillard just went and joined Giannis Antetokounmpo. They couldn't do it, right? And then, except for teams that become like super teams from getting drafted and then they grow together, that's different. But whenever they assemble and try to create like the how you call it, the super team, it doesn't work, because what I realize is it's harder to play with another superstar.
Don't forget about the Clippers and what they did.
Exactly, with Paul George.
And what they did.
You're right, with Paul George. You're right.
Paul George, Kawhi, and the James
Harden.
West was like, it don't give
exactly.
no more super teams
so
than that. It can give us nothing.
Yes, and my take is
beat them by himself
for sure. So the take is it's harder for other superstars to play with other superstar and also lead that team to winning a ring, rather than teams like the Pacers or the Celtics that kind of grew together. Because when Kyrie was there, they still struggle. So to me, it's like that's why I give credit to LeBron and Steph, because they were able to do it with other great players. Because besides that, every other great player that team up and assembled a team couldn't do it, or couldn't get it done. Because if you look at it last year,
the Celtics did it too, but that's like.
But they drafted those players, and that's not even a super team.
You gotta think too. Kevin Garnett got traded there. And
you're talking about the big three, I mean?
Yes.
But they were a lot older, so there was no ego.
Yes.
There was no ego, right? Because at some point, you mentioned at some point, it looked like Rondo was like the leader on that team, so there was no ego. But
it was.
I feel like
they got older.
Yeah, so I feel like people talking about, the super team, they're losing. It's not easy to play with another great star.
Working.
It's not.
Like you said, that was a great take you just made. Stephen Curry and LeBron that made that work, and that that's that team too we got to give Steve Kerr a lot of credit.
For sure.
For you to get that team to gel like that and everyone share the ball and everybody be happy still and scoring well.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? Because you think about it, they won without KD.
Yeah.
So he comes there. Obviously, it can make it easier, but that's why I tell people Kevin Durant is one player that can fit in with almost anybody. He's so efficient.
Yep.
The guy is so efficient that he can shoot 12 times and get you 26 points or whatever it is.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And but that's what made Golden State so good because he's so efficient.
Yep.
And also, you got to give her a lot of credit. But then you got to give LeBron a lot of credit, right?
Yep.
Because he, with that Miami Heat team, Dwayne Wade played his part. Give Dwayne Wade credit.
Okay.
You know,
I'm glad you said that.
Backseat. He went for his stuff when it was time for him to go for his stuff.
Yep.
He handed over the keys, and he was okay with that.
Also, Bosh. Give Bosh credit too.
Bosh gave up a lot of his. Bosh was a dog. He was a beast in Toronto.
23 and 12, 23 and 11.
Just a walking double-double every game.
Every game.
Right? So you think about it like if you're right, those are the big two superstars that made that work. Everybody else, it's not working.
It's not working.
The biggest disappointment?
Who?
The Clippers.
Oh yeah.
They're the biggest disappointment with that super team.
Paul George.
They tried over and over.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
That's your guy, Paul George.
He's my guy. We know he's my guy. You know, you can't deny he's smooth. Guy is smooth.
Yeah, he's smooth because he's taking all the money. He's getting paid all this money, and then he out there doing podcasts. I love Paul George, but God, lead. I'm just saying.
You like just play the game. Just play the game.
Play the game, baby. But you gotta defend them. That's your people.
But listen, I the only pass that I can't give Paul George too much pass here. Because Paul George literally, he hasn't been playoff P in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Playoff P is non-existent. Like that display that he put on last year with the Clippers, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
That was not it. And let's not forget what he did in the OKC series against Dame and them. Not that he played bad, but you got cooked.
Did he play?
You know what I'm saying? He did play.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Shot that Dame scored on him, and then he.
When Dame used to send him home.
Yeah. You know, so Paul is my guy, but playoff P has been non-existent, man.
But wait.
We gotta call it.
When they were saying playoff P, I think Skip Bayless made that famous. He was talking about playoff P being ass, like not being good.
He was at LeBron was sending him home too.
Yeah, so playoff P meant he's not
really regular season P.
Not being good.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy is a real thing. You feel me?
No,
that's a real thing.
That's legit.
That's legit.
As legit as it gets.
Yeah,
that's as legit
except for this playoff, he kind of like a little, but they'll come back next year.
I think what happened with him this season is he was very comfortable with Steph. Being in the game, it made it so easy that when Steph was out, now he's out of that mindset of I got to take over the game. Wasn't there for a minute because he hadn't had to. He just had to be himself a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense. So
it does.
Like with the whole Miami team, like he knew in the playoffs he got to bring it right. Now with this team coming in, they won 30 games like when he got there or whatever. That's crazy. But you got to think. Like, the team started gelling. Steph made it easier for people. And we can put a lot of the blame on him, too. But we got to speak on Buddy Hield being inconsistent. If he would have just been a little bit more consistent, that might have been helpful. I know we're not expecting much from him. But, like, isn't he kind of who was supposed to kind of replace Clay a little bit?
Yeah,
like,
yep.
Mm-hmm. So then, Clay would never have been that garbage. Or that inconsistent.
Yeah, inconsistent. Yeah, he definitely was. But yeah, I think we made the point, and I think I truly
the super teams are not working.
Yeah, the super team is not working. I don't know in what era the super team, except for the Lakers Showtime, but that kind of came together naturally. But what I'm saying, like when they start handpicking people and recruiting other players to come play with them, I don't think that's really working out, and I don't think it's the best thing to do. I don't think it's a great idea to do it at all. I think teams need to find pieces that's going to work within their system and go out there and play and compete. Because let's talk about what are the teams for the last 5 years that won a championship from 2020 to 2025.
Okay, so that's what I was going to speak on. Question. So we have last year the Celtics who are very team.
Exactly.
Didn't even average 30 points or anything.
So that means
they played as a complete
team.
Right?
Yep.
And Porzingis Porzingis was a key factor.
He
in that
was.
series.
He was.
He was an X factor almost every game.
Every game. Yep.
You know, you never have to worry. So now the year before that, Denver won.
Denver won.
A complete team.
Yep.
They got one guy.
One guy,
and
superstar.
And then they have
Jamal.
Michael Porter Jr. And Michael Porter Jr. was very bad this playoff.
He was.
He was. That's kind of scratch that. Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon. And then
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, he's a real
He's him.
deal.
He's him.
Obviously, he wasn't feeling well this season, but he can really play.
He's him.
But let's not forget Caldwell Pope too. Brought his championship pedigree. Brought his what else did he bring? He brought his experience. He brought the grittiness, the defense. Like he brought that dog out.
Exactly. I agree.
You know
I agree.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a completed team. And the year before that,
who
did
won?
We have?
Was it
Lakers.
Golden State, right?
No. Golden State won. Completed team again.
Yep.
They had the Jordan Poole who arrived.
Exactly.
They couldn't have did it without him.
Yep.
Your guy from Minnesota was
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins. He used to be your guy.
Still my guy. Still my guy.
Still your guy.
Well,
okay. He showed up big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up big. He was a key factor of Jordan Poole. So they got their younger players to join them.
Yep.
So that's what they reinvent that team.
Yep.
So that was another completed team.
Yep.
Yeah, not a super team like that.
Yep.
And you know.
Exactly.
Now the season before that, who do we have? Was it Bucks or was it the Lakers?
I think it might have been the Bucks.
Lakers won the bubble championship.
And then the Bucks won.
I think. And that was another completed team.
Exactly.
You got your Giannis. You got
Chris Middleton.
And let's not forget Chris Middleton. Like Chris Middleton really gave you Paul Pierce vibes.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was giving you Paul Pierce type of vibes, Paul Pierce type of numbers.
Yeah.
Like he fits well for he was so good for that that side, right?
Yeah.
And then who else do we have there? Drew Holiday.
Yep. Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez played his part. And was Bobby on the team at the time? I can't remember, but Bobby always do his job.
Porter, yeah. Bobby was there.
Yeah.
So they had a complete team.
Yeah,
they had a complete team.
They had a complete team. And then you think about it, what did I give you? I gave you a take earlier too about how these Indiana Pacers remind me of the Detroit Pistons at 2004.
Yeah, defense. Yeah.
That won that championship. They had a little bit of everything. Tayshaun, Rasheed.
A little bit of everybody. Yeah.
That's winning basketball. Even when Kobe and Shaq was winning, Kobe and Shaq was like the big dogs. Yeah. But as they were the big dogs, you had everybody else to come along with them. The Derek Fishers and stuff like that. And Robert Horry, the team basketball is waking more and more than these super teams of the three big stars or whatever it comes with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I agree because that's the group called into that. Continue.
Yep. So I'm worried on. So I was just,
the Lakers.
Just talking about the Lakers and how even that bubble championship Lakers. Yeah. Everybody did their part. They had Rondo. They had AD at the top of his game. Yeah. They have and LeBron. He wasn't the youngest person, so let's not act like he was.
And that's the exception that we're talking about. That's the exception we're talking about. Besides Bron and Steph, because it would.
No one else has done it.
Exactly with the super team. And to your point, even with the Kobe and Shaq, you have to understand Kobe was younger and he kind of developed under Shaq. Shaq was already Shaq. So see, that's not like a super team that was assembled together out of nowhere.
It wasn't though.
You get what I'm saying?
Super team, so that was my whole point.
Exactly.
I was telling you that wasn't a super team.
The Spurs, right? They won about 3-4 championships. Yes, not a super team.
Not a super team.
They
had the one guy, and then they had all the great pieces. Manu, Parker. Yep. So everybody did their part. We gotta team basketball is underrated, but that's what's winning.
That's what's winning. That's true. Even Giannis won like that. Kawhi won like that. So, you can't deny it. So
thank you, Kawhi with he won with San Antonio like that. He also won that way with the Raptors.
Yep. No, I agree. So
the super team thing has not worked. I don't even know what the Clippers are gonna do. I think we got to make a whole nother episode on
that would be we'll once the playoff wrap up, we'll go into for what our teams are expected to do.
Teams are going to be doing.
In terms of moves. But so
back to the New York Knicks, I want to ask you a question or as far as the Pacers. Let's forget about the New York Knicks. The Pacers won today. They're up 3-1. They're going to the finals. We're going to punch their ticket in right now.
For sure.
if they go to the finals, what chances are you giving them to win the whole championship? What are the possibilities they can blow us out of the park, win the championship?
I think if they get to the finals, I'll probably say they got a 20% chance of winning. Like,
and then why is that?
Because I think OKC is different from the rest of the team that they played in the East. I think the OKC, they got a guy named Shea, and I think he's better than everybody in the league right now.
I agree.
Except for Jokic, but I still would pick Shea over Jokic because he showed it in the playoff. And the Pacers don't have that. And two, if we're talking about Pascal Siakam doing what he can do, we got Chet Holmgren that can do that. If we're talking about Naismith or whoever, they're not their second piece. Their shooting guard is not comparable to J-Dub. J-Dub is a two-way player, and also they got a good bench, just like the Pacers got a good bench, but I don't think their bench is as great as OKC. They got Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace. They got a lot of great players. And the difference is going to be defensively. Now they remind me of the Detroit Pistons defense. Very scrappy, right? They're not as physical, but when it comes to annoying you like they did Jokic, they're very, very good defensively. So I think because their team is fully loaded, in terms of both sides, offense and defense, and I think on offense, they're a little bit better than the Pacers, and they got SGA. And on defense, they're also better than the Pacers. But I think it will go to 6 game, right? It will go to 6 game because the style of basketball that the Pacers play can cause anybody trouble. But OKC is going to get it done.
I think that both teams, I'm going to go with you there and say, I think OKC is going to win. But I will say Indiana also has a complete team. OKC is a complete team, but better. Like they're complete. Everyone is gonna outplay. Like you said, Chet can do what Siakam can do, right? Like, and then they don't have someone that compares to Shea. Like Shea, he hasn't been as efficient in these playoffs, but he's very efficient.
Yeah.
Like he's very consistent. Right?
Yeah.
So for me, what I would say is OKC is the better Indiana Pacers. Like
yes. Yeah, I agree with that take. Because defensive, they're both sides of the floor. Like they can do both. You got Lou Dort. He made an all NBA defense. J-Dub, I think J-Dub made
Lou
all.
Dort,
yeah.
He does it.
And J-Dub too, two-way player, and also made, I think, NBA third team. And also you got Shea that made NBA first team.
Shea.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So defense.
And their defense is their bench is just, they got a good bench, bro. So it's just hard. It's gonna be hard.
They're not scared though. You can smell on Chet. Chet is ready for all the smoke.
But if the Pacers goes and win this NBA championship, this is gonna be the biggest shocker in the NBA history. Well, that's the biggest shocker. In my lifetime.
A big shocker.
In my lifetime. Big shocker. Nobody expected it.
More shocking than, I don't know.
Because I'm trying to remember.
Milwaukee won, they were not expected to win.
But Milwaukee had Giannis and they had a good team.
Yeah.
As long as you got a superstar like Giannis, and you got a good piece around you.
You're right. The Pacers were what, number 4?
Bro, nobody was
5, something like that. Nobody's expecting them to
nobody.
Like they've been overlooked the whole season.
People don't even watch the Pacers play. People don't even watch them.
They've been overlooked the whole season.
Yeah.
I think that OKC is the better team, like you said.
I agree.
I feel that they can get 2 games, but let them not steal 1 game in their house. All they need to do is steal 1 game for them to be confident.
And it's over with.
That's all it takes for the Pacers.
Yep. You don't want people to grow confidence as the playoff progress.
And the Pacers, they're the worst team to give a little bit of confidence to.
That's a fact.
For instance, like I know Celtics gave New York some confidence, but the Pacers,
they took that shit right.
Games.
Yep. So I mean, I think So overall, I think it's gonna be a good one.
My question to you overall, really, my question was like, what percentage are you giving them? Because I want to hear your take now.
20%.
So that when the championships are over,
I got OKC winning
on that take.
I got OKC going all the way.
But I just want to know what percentage you're getting because they're coming in, they're very confident. Yeah. But one thing we have to remember about OKC, they're not scared of anything. They've been poised this whole time. So
I agree.
We have to give them that.
I agree. Definitely, I got OKC winning it all. But yeah, I'd say in the beginning, I say if LeBron doesn't, because I'm a LeBron fan, so I'm not thinking objectively. I'm being very subjective because it's Bron, and I'm like, if Bron and them doesn't go to the final, win it, I'm going with OKC, and I'm still gonna stick with that. And if the Pacers win it, hey, hallelujah, Tyrese Halliburton, you did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I agree. I personally, I really nothing against, but I really one thing that I know about the NBA is if you don't take your time that you're there, it's
yep,
hard to get back,
no, I
right?
agree.
So for me, I hope OKC wins this time because if they're not able to keep that team together and they have like all these other teams coming up, because these teams are getting better in the West. So you
No, I
can't
agree.
take that for granted.
I
Once
agree.
you get there, you have to take it.
I agree.
So I can say the same for Indiana. If they both approach the finals with that, I'm punching both of their tickets. By the way,
No, for sure.
that's my take.
So
Get
yep,
me later if it doesn't work out. I don't think any of these teams are coming back from 3-1.
no way.
That's just me.
It's not happening. If it happened, then the NBA is rigged. So.
It is rigged, and you're going to have to run your little laps around the game.
Nah, for sure.
Around the garden.
Nah,
So,
that's a fact. But yeah, man, we
we'll take it from there.
gonna wrap it up. This is TK first. This shit went well, so we gotta do this more often. You feel me?
Yes, I loved it. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So when you come back from the whatever from your little trip, we gonna continue the following week. Hopefully by then, we got the Pacers and OKC. Yep. So what's your final take, and then we can wrap it up.
Both teams, the Pacers winning the series, obviously. OKC winning this series, obviously, and then I have OKC winning the championship.
Yeah.
I will give Indiana 2 games, like you said.
I agree with that take. I got the same
But
prediction.
let's not forget too, if Indiana wins 1 game at OKC, that's
might be
something
different.
to look out for. But I do have OKC winning.
We gonna see. I agree. I got OKC going all the way. And yes, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It is what it is. Gameonblitzz. We are here. We're not here no more. We gone. Peace.
We are gone. Peace out.
Yep.